Welcome to Candleside Gaslighting, where lying is encouraged and the truth is confusing. I'm your host, Josh, and with me, of course,
Shakota.
Dane.
Kyle.
With us today, we have our frequent guest, Dane. We will be attempting to gaslight Dane with stories about Halloween monsters. Dane's challenge is to figure out which one is the lie. So light your favorite candle and join us by the Candleside for a journey of fact and fiction. All right, the pop.
That's to reject Skellington in Engine.
In engine.
That's part of the train that we had the Oogie Boogie and Dice Cart. We wish we had the whole train, but it's a pretty cool pop. And it's a good spooky pop.
And for our candles, we have back to back for the second week in a row, the cool bleeding skull joined with the skull holders on the other three.
So it can be extra spooky.
Yeah. And be on the lookout for a little teaser for the next candle we'll use in our first episode.
Speaking of, if we didn't announce, there'll be a break of 1 week after this, October
Josh was getting there.
31st. I didn't know if he had wrote it yet.
As Jerry was saying,
I'm just the best segue man. I'm Paul Blart.
next week we will and also will not be taking a break, just a break from posting. But we are still working, and season 2 will start the week after. Date for that would be, let me look that up real quick.
You have a calendar on your computer, right?
The Macarena.
Yeah, this is faster.
Would have been easier. All you had to do is click that.
So the next episode and the start of season 2 will go live on November 14th. See you there. Okay. Now that business is taken care of, who's going to tell their Halloween monster story first?
Kyle, why don't you go first? You went last time.
Did I really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's called saving the best for last.
30 minutes
and I
of
think,
Repo Man. It was 30 minutes of just your story.
True, because you saved the best for last, and you know what? You're doing it again.
Yeah.
So it's not you.
No!
Because Kyle's story sucks.
Yeah. No, wait. I should go last. I gaslit myself.
Every time.
Okay. So we got a little theme going on here. Can I reveal the theme already?
We already...
About monsters?
He said that in the intro.
Bro,
We
I am
always do
out of
that.
it.
Common knowledge.
It's common knowledge that we're doing generic Halloween monster type beat, you know? So, I fought for vampires. My stepmom's from Romania, so it just kind of fit that I would do vampires over anyone else. Yeah, I'm entitled to vampires over anyone else. So I'm going to be telling you about the Philippines in 1950-something, the Cold War.
Sure.
So, hear me out on this one. You know what the biggest enemy to the United States in the 50s was, right?
What was that?
Communism. Yeah.
Sick.
So, the CIA was like, the Philippines is a pretty cool place. It's in a pretty cool place in the world. We need that to be our ally. But, it turns out, somewhere in the mountainside, there's a rebel group with communist ties. So, the CIA couldn't have that. So what did they do? They staged a vampire attack because this group apparently was superstitious, and they don't call them vampires. It's like Azwang or something like that. But it's they got fangs, they bite people's necks and bleed them dry to eat. So it's a vampire.
I was going to ask, does that just mean vampire in a different language?
Yeah, basically. So what they do is they wait for a group of them to come through, and they just grab the last one, kill them as quiet as possible, put 2 puncture holes in their neck, drain them of their blood, and just hide their body somewhere. And then there's a few other things they did. That was the main thing they did of the psyops, and then the rebels were like, we're done. We give up. The CIA faked a vampire attack to prevent communism in the Philippines.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ingenuity.
Yeah, they... Yep.
So we really are saving the best for last.
Okay.
Or at least not first.
Okay. You have a problem with CIA Filipino vampires?
Deal.
I think it's a cool, kooky story. I think it's a little goofy, silly even.
A little.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. Of all things, the CIA plotted vampire. They could have done anything else, but they're like vampires.
I'm giving you brownie points for having like governmental themes in your
Yeah.
scary monster story. Whether it's real or not, I don't know, but
Yeah, I gotta get some conspiracy stuff sprinkled in. You know, we gotta compete with Joe Rogan.
if someone's doing ghosts, it'd be pretty funny if they said that like Joe Biden's a haunted corpse. No political slander or anything. I just think it's funny that he's old.
All right, that's the whole story?
That's
Nothing
the whole
else to
story.
add?
The CIA faked a vampire attack to stop some Filipino rebels from spreading communism throughout the Philippines.
Okay.
That's it.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. It's goofy, right?
All right. Yeah. All right. Who we got next?
A little kooky, maybe a little spooky even.
I'm gonna volunteer to go just down the line because I think mine's a nice segue into something else completely American: gang violence.
As we all know, gangs only exist within the borders of the United States.
Yes, I'm sorry. But yeah, in this okay. Back top of the story.
Yeah.
Garth Brooks wrote this book. And
Garth
what did
Brooks?
not Garth Brooks? Max Brooks. Max Brooks wrote this book.
Damn it, Jerry.
His wife leaving with his truck.
Dirt truck, dirt road, dirt beer, every country song.
Some friends in low places.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
talking about the mob here.
Max Brooks, the dude that wrote World War Z, famous zombie book, tried to do a. I'm doing zombies. Did a real in quotes. Did a real in quotes telling of like all recorded zombie attacks or zombie paraphernalia or zombie things in the world because there's no original ideas. George A. Romero didn't invent zombies in 1960. It started in like the 1100s in Haitian voodoo like resurrections. According to him, it was real. That's not the story. The story is about halfway through this book. How did that get wiggled? The story is about halfway through this book that he's writing, like retelling real zombies in the back of the Zombie Survival Guide by Max Brooks. Plug Max, sponsor me. I loved that book as a kid. Either way,
You did it.
I read it a lot because I liked it, and then I got too paranoid and thought zombies were really gonna come for me. So yeah. Either way, disclaimer: this is an allegedly true story.
Okay.
So if it sounds fake, it's because it might just be fake.
Well, you were talking about like the 1100s and shit and like the
Yeah.
first versions of zombies. I've actually watched a podcast about that.
Okay. I'm just trying to allude to maybe, I don't know, I don't want to be like too. Either way, my favorite story from this book was 1993, Los Angeles. The Bloods and the Crips are fighting over a crack house.
90s were wild, man.
Okay, according to the back of the book, the Bloods and the Crips were like they weren't shooting yet. They weren't doing anything. They were just like, "Hey, guys, we want this. You want this." They're yelling at each other in front of this like dilapidated 2-story old like graffitied ass building. They're yelling, and then like a homeless guy like shambles out from the building, and they're like, "Hey, man, what the fuck? What you doing?" And the dude just keeps coming and walking, and they're like, "What the fuck, man?" And one of the like big Bloods walks in and says, "Hey, man," shoves him down. "You need to get the fuck out of here." And the dude's like, as zombies do. And how did it get? You're moving it.
I'm moving it in front of your face.
I'm gonna vice grip this. Either way, one of the dudes like shoves down this guy. And he's like, "Hey man, don't do that." And the dude's like, and bites his ankle. And he's like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, and he like kicks him a bit, and he like doesn't move. And one of his friends is like, "Yo man, what the fuck?" And like shoots the dude because gang violence. not his friend, but like the guy that was biting him, this homeless man. He shoots him, and he's like, "Bam!" And then the dude still doesn't keep biting him. He's like, "What the hell?" And this dude like fucking like kicks his head in, and he's like, "Yo, what the hell was that?" And then because there was a gunshot in this like dilapidated corner of LA that's like has no one except a bunch of homeless people, lo and behold, a bunch of homeless people start meandering out of this big building and from around the area, and they're like, "Yo, what the hell?" And so the Bloods and the Crips band together. And they run.
That's already a big gap.
According to the back of the book.
Next story.
They run inside this dilapidated building, like pushing away these things, and like, "Yo, guys, what the fuck is going on?" They're like, "It's zombies, right?" And they're like, "It's zombies." And so these like 30, 40 like homeless camp zombie infected people are like bashing at the doors, and the guy is like feeling hot that got bit, okay? And he's like, "Yo, what the hell's going on?" And I don't think the book gave numbers or anything, but there's like 5 apiece to like this little conglomerate of people. And so like they like use their brains and their muscle and their muscle
And their pieces.
and their pieces.
They're
And-
force multipliers.
Yeah. And they like systematically like start shooting out windows and like making sure they don't come in the back door and stuff, and like massacre these zombies. But all these this gunfire and stuff attracts the police, and so there's like 40 dead homeless people around this LA corner, and the police are like, "Wee woo, come outside, everybody put the stuff down." And these dudes are freaked the fuck out. They don't care about anything anymore. They're like, yo, zombies are real, bro. It didn't move, Kyle. How? I appreciate it. I'm so sorry. I really like this story. They're like, yo, the zombies are real. This is absolutely terrifying. What's going on? And they're like, "Yo, what the heck?" And they're like pulling out their sick dude because he's getting sick, man. And he like, the dude falls over and like, "Hey, don't do anything. Watch out." And the dude like turns, like the dude that was bit, he like starts crawling towards the cops, like, "Hey man, watch out, don't do it." And they bang, and they shoot him because they kept like he pulled up because Randy Orton, I don't know. I'm sorry. Watch out. And they shoot this approaching big gang member that's like crawling like now like 5-10 feet away from their cop car, and he still keeps coming, like, "What the hell?" And they one like grazes his head or something, and they're like, "Yo, this is gonna sound crazy, but it was zombies, we swear." And obviously that didn't hold up in court or whatever. These now remaining like 9 or so gang members get taken away to jail, and apparently in the back of the book, the CIA covers it up as just gang violence and senseless turf war. But in actuality, according to Max Brooks, it was zombies all along.
So, are these supposed to be stories that have just been told, and I'm just trying to decide if they're really told or not?
No. Mine isn't like, these are all supposed to be real.
Okay.
I just really like this story because he is advertising it as real. And so this is a real story. I'm giving it to you as a real story.
Okay.
I could have faked parts of it, or I could have faked something about it, or like whatever, if maybe I'm just lying and Max Brooks didn't. But it's a real story. So just like Kyle's was a real story, just like Josh is going to be a real account of ghosts, where the fuck he does, you know?
Okay.
So mine's supposed to be a CIA zombie cover-up.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. So you both got fucking...
That's why I wanted to do
We
it.
both tag team the CIA.
That's why
The CIA is up to some shit.
That's why I wanted to go rad for Kyle, because I like zombies a lot, and I thought it was funky that the Bloods and the Crips apparently fought zombies in the 90s.
Turn of the century, baby.
According to Max Brooks.
Millennium.
You know what the
True.
Bloods and Crips also did in the 90s?
What?
They filmed a rendition of Romeo and Juliet.
That's true. It's a fact.
Starring Leonardo DiCaprio, lead of the Crips.
The absolute worst rendition of Romeo and Juliet. No cap.
Are you gaslighting or is that real?
That's a real
real.
movie.
That's a real movie.
It's not really Bloods and Crips, but
Okay.
It's that vibe.
it's a '90s rendition of Romeo
It's
and
bad.
Juliet.
It is
Got
not a
you,
good
got
movie.
you.
Period.
What? Oh my goodness. Never mind. I'll talk about it. Never mind.
I remember freshman year of college, a bunch of us were just shitting on that movie, absolutely dogging on it.
It's so bad.
It's
I
real
cannot
bad.
stand it. Can't. Anyways.
It's bad. Leonardo DiCaprio.
All right, I will be talking about witches. But because of the nature of our group, we're all familiar with a certain play called The Crucible. So I will not be talking about Salem.
The what?
What?
Yeah, it
talked
stars-
about-
Yeah, it stars Abby Lee Miller.
Oh my fucking god. That was good.
I don't know that, but okay.
Abby Lee Miller? Dance Moms?
I know her.
Okay. I thought you said I don't know that.
No, the main witch bitch. Her name is like Abby, right?
I don't remember.
Only person I know in that show is John Proctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember John Proctor. There's also like Giles Corey.
I thought you were about
I
to
know
say
Giles
Niall
Corey.
Horan.
Also, Tituba.
Regardless, though, I didn't want to be boring and talk about Salem.
Okay.
So we're gonna move a little further south, and we're gonna talk about New Orleans.
Okay.
Now, what would be cool is if we talked about Marie Laveau, because Dakota and I are both repping shirts from the voodoo shop there in New Orleans.
My Halloween costume was
Shout
anime.
Heck yeah.
Did you take your
Word, $40
hot.
t-shirts. Let's go.
$40 is ridiculous, but yeah, they are.
Sorry. I just kind of like groped Jerry a little bit because I know we were both.
Jerry, if you're hot, take your hoodie off.
No. He took his shirt
He
off.
took his shirt off.
So
Oh.
it wouldn't be
Wearing
hot.
Cthulhu shirts.
Oh.
I didn't think about that. That's also.
I didn't
spooky.
either because I covered it up.
Anyways, I'm not gonna be talking about voodoo queen Marie Laveau. I'm going to be talking about another Marie, famous in New Orleans and in folklore, Marie Delphine Lalaurie. And she has something to do with witchcraft.
Okay.
And it's a very dark witchcraft that many people thought she was doing witchcraft because she mistreated and tortured and mangled her slaves and used their blood to make herself appear younger. And she fully believed that. So many people called it witchcraft, whether it worked or not. It's folklore, you know. But she was a real person. Many accounts are not proven to be true, but many people have said after a big fire that happened in the house, in the mansion, rescuers went in and found a bunch of slaves, like tortured, mangled, lips sewn shut, holes in their head where big sticks could go in and stir the brains, arms and legs broken and healed in positions to make them look like crab people. Skin cut off and ears dangling by a thread. Pretty tough shit right there. Oh, also guts fucking torn out and strewn everywhere. That's accounts that are not proven to be true. There's no documentation of it.
Have you ever heard of like the Delphine House or anything like that?
The Delphine House is
It's in New Orleans.
a big
I know
fire
of
that
a
happened.
different Delphine house.
Belle.
Belle
No,
Delphine.
no. Completely different.
Yo,
but
can we get Belle Delphine on the podcast as a guest?
I'd like to meet
I
her.
don't
She
know what
seems-
we talk about, but
no, I think there's so many things to talk about. Like fun time. Sorry, that's a bad
Yeah.
segue. Josh, back to your
is this
macabre
so
story.
sexual?
Go.
So yes, this lady Marie Delphine Lalaurie was a real woman, real wicked bitch, and the reason why it wasn't kept under wraps and all of that was because, you know, local law enforcement or what have you was getting onto her because there were certain specifications that you had to keep up for your slaves, and like you had to keep them in good condition and what have you. And she had been reported that she wasn't doing that. But again, there's no confirmation that what she was doing was to this extreme level with maiming and torturing. After this fire, she fled the country, went to France, and there's no legal documentation of her dying in France, but she did that to flee prosecution. But apparently in France there is like engraved somewhere that she died for certain there.
Okay.
So yeah, real nasty bitch.
Fuck that bitch.
Witches be bitches.
Witches be bitches.
And some bitches be witches.
Witchy bitchy
Ditch witch.
stitchy.
Are you done?
Yes. Please go.
Josh.
Oh yeah.
Josh Maven, right?
So I'm gonna read mine because it's in an article. I didn't remember it. I'm not that kind of human. Okay, so I'm doing werewolves. So in this article, this is called the Bedburg werewolf. Okay, this is supposedly real. It's kind of like the history of like, I wouldn't say the history of werewolves, but like it's like kind of what people think of when they think of werewolves, I guess. Okay. So kind of where it originated from, but there's a whole bunch of where it originated from, if that makes sense. Like a lot of people have different stories, different cultures have different stories, but this is one of them, if that makes sense. Okay.
So we're going to talk about Jacob, right?
No. This is not Twilight, as much as I would love that. Mine is not a cat. No. Or is it? But no, we're not talking about Jacob. Okay, we're going to talk about Peter Stubb. That's his name. So not Jacob Black,
Mr.
Peter
Stubbs.
Stubb. Okay, he's a wealthy 15th century farmer from Bedburg, Germany.
Does 15th century mean 1400s? I
Yes.
always get those mixed
I
up.
think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He may be the most notorious werewolf of them all. Have you even heard of him?
I already forgot the names. No.
Peter
Stubbs.
Stubb.
That's right. No.
Stubbs barbecue sauce, my man.
Yeah.
You're what?
My man.
Mama, I?
All right. According to the folklore, he turned into a wolf-like creature at night and devoured many citizens of Bedburg. Peter was eventually blamed for gruesome killings after being cornered by hunters who claimed they saw him shapeshift from wolf to human form. He experienced a grisly execution after confessing under torture to savagely killing animals. Also, men, women, and children.
Oh yeah, them too.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought that was the end of the sentence, and then it was not.
A little afternote.
Yeah, a little after. No, he killed some people.
Also, men, women, and children. He admitted to all that shit and eating their remains.
No, I'm not really sure on this one already because you said it was a grisly murder, and I thought we were talking about wolves.
You on some dumb shit, Dane. Okay. Anyways,
you
he
done?
ate the remains as well. Okay.
Okay, sick, yeah. No, like that's sick, not like sick,
Okay.
but sick.
He also declared he
Stop right
owned
now.
an enchanted belt that gave him power to transform into a wolf at will. Not surprisingly, the belt was never found. Peter's guilt is controversial since some people believe he wasn't a killer, but the victim of a political witch hunt or perhaps a werewolf hunt. Either way, the circumstances surrounding his life and death stoked rampant fears at the time that werewolves were on the loose. So that's the end of that, but I kind of found this interesting as well. It kind of talks about shape-shifting werewolves in general. It's more of just like legends in general, so I'm going to read this as well. So some legends maintain werewolves shapeshift at will due to a curse. That was an awful sentence. I'm going to read that. Some legends maintain werewolves shapeshifted at will due to a curse. That's written awful. Okay. Others state they transformed with the help of an enchanted sash or a cloak made of wolf pelt, which is similar to what Peter, our man Peter Stubb.
Peter Stubb.
Yeah. Still, others claim people became wolves after being scratched or bit by a werewolf. So, the basic, folklore. In many werewolf stories, a person also only turns into a wolf when there's a full moon, and that theory may not be far-fetched, according to a study conducted at Australia's Calvary Mater Newcastle Hospital. A full moon brings out the beast in many humans.
Have heard
So
that.
that was interesting.
Yeah, I never lose when I play ranked games in my video games.
That's all I'm going to read, but I thought that was interesting.
Okay, one thing you
Beast
said
mode.
made me think of this one show that had a place called The Scratching Post, if any of y'all know what I'm talking about.
Is it Grim?
Well, it's
Damn.
fucking iZombie or something.
Oh, throwback.
Zombie. Yeah.
Fuck, it's been so long since I
It's
watched
a good
that.
show, though.
Remember the restaurant they would go to?
Mm-hmm.
The Scratching Post.
That sounds fun.
Banger intro theme, bro.
True.
Yeah,
It's been
that
so
show
long.
slap.
But yeah, Peter Stubb is not Jacob Black, but I thought Peter was a little bit interesting and a little bit of a crackhead, but it's okay.
I don't know if they had crack in the 15th century.
I'm sure
Yeah.
they could find something
least
to make
not
him a little
the
cracked
grade.
out.
Yeah, they probably didn't have it in Europe at the time, though, for sure.
But maybe he really did have a belt. That I don't know.
I'd like
Maybe
to believe
he owned
it.
a belt. Maybe not an enchanted one. But
You don't think
Maybe he
that
owned
you
a
don't think he
belt.
had a belt that made him shapeshift into a wolf?
I'm willing to bet he just didn't have a belt. So his
Oh,
pants were always
his,
falling
his
down.
pants were always off. That's why everyone was like,
They-
"Nah,
yeah,
there's no way he has an
there's no
enchanted
way he
belt.
owns
He's
a belt.
never-
He's never had his pants up.
All right, so any questions about that story, Dane?
Where was the bed place?
Bedburg in
Bedburg.
Germany.
Germany.
It's Bedburg, Germany.
Okay.
Got any questions for anyone else? You got more questions for Scott? I don't know.
Nah.
He's confident.
Nah. All right, then I present
He
to
said,
thee
screw these questions.
the buzzer that's going to be hard as fuck to see in the
That's
editing
all right.
process.
They believe what it is. Oh, button.
When you feel like you have
Good sound
your
effect.
answer, which one is the lie? Ready. Lock it in, and you'll tell us what you think.
Alrighty. Let me just do a quick recap, though. So,
For sure.
mountains, Philippines, vampire communism.
Yeah. The CIA faked a vampire attack to stop communism in the Philippines.
That's what I said. Okay.
Okay.
That's what I heard.
Bloods, Crips, zombie, homeless people.
That
Also CIA.
they were at the afterthought. They're the reason why we don't know about it. Yeah.
According to Max Brooks on the back of the book.
Not on the back, but like towards the back.
I
Like,
hope they're enjoying me picking a big one on my fucking nose.
yummy.
Alright, which bitch
Big one.
dismemberment crab people?
Fuck her.
Which bitch whose technique was to I almost said euthanize.
Euthanize some people.
Euthanize others to bring out her own youth with the blood of her slaves on her face.
Alright, and then Stubby.
Peter Stubb,
Yeah.
the werewolf dude.
Yep.
Crackhead werewolf dude from Germany. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Sorry.
Should I say it first, then buzz, or buzz, then say it?
Buzz and say.
Buzz, then say. Alrighty. I am going
funny.
to say it is Jerry's story.
Do we go down the list? to
Yeah,
see if,
let's
he's
go
right or
down
not?
this way.
Or this way, whichever way.
We'll start with me.
Just because he's real.
Mine is real. That did in fact happen.
Okay, cool.
I read it from the History Channel, so yeah.
Well, I just figured you would read, and I was like, yeah.
All right, anyways. Mine was also, in fact, real.
Cool.
Also, Kathy Bates won an Emmy for her portrayal of that role in Coven for American Horror Story.
Oh, shit.
Good job.
You've watched a little bit of that, right? Because I think you watched it here with Jerry.
Yeah.
But
For
that
Best
was
Supporting
who it was
Actress.
based off of.
Oh, okay.
Madame Lalaurie.
See, I thought that might get you because I was pretty sure you'd watch that and be like, "Oh no, that's in Coven."
Who did Lady Gaga play?
She wasn't. She
was
wasn't in.
Hotel.
That was Coven was season 3. She didn't start doing anything until season 5.
Oh, okay.
Has she done other stuff?
She was
She
in
was in-
Hotel.
She's like made some albums, I guess.
Well,
Or
no,
saying
I
Lady
mean,
Gaga?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Joker.
Kathy Bates.
No.
Hold on. I just remembered Lady Gaga's gonna be in Joker 2.
Yeah.
The musical.
And they're making a Joker 2.
Well, yeah. But no, I was talking about Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga wasn't in any American Horror Story until season 5, which was Hotel.
And it's the only one she was in, isn't it?
No, she was in.
Oh, she was in Freak Show, wasn't she?
No, that was season
No,
4.
fuck.
She was in Roanoke.
She was?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She was the witch bitch, actually. Or whatever the fuck
Which
that
bitch?
was.
Yeah.
Well, she wasn't really a witch. I don't know what she was.
I think that's all she was in.
Yeah.
I think.
That I recognized her in? Yes.
Yes. Yeah, Kathy Bates, Emmy Award for Best Supporting Actress for her role as Madame Lalaurie in Coven.
Yeah, and I made that up.
Did we get a prize?
He doesn't deserve one.
He already knew it, bro.
Yeah, no,
That was so bad, Jerry.
He said Bloods and Crips getting together. Fuck, nah, you're lying, bro.
I mean, as soon as you said that, I was like, it's gotta be this guy.
That story specifically isn't the back of that book, but that book does exist and it is allegedly real things. But it's not the Bloods and the Crips. It's just like a bunch of friends in front of their house or some shit. It's been a minute since I read it, but like I went and like reread the chapter the other day.
Real. If you didn't say they worked together, I might have picked Kyle's.
But the whole point is that like it was supposed to be like this is what you're supposed to do in the apocalypse. This is like how you stop it, you know, like through teamwork and loving each other. And it should
I don't think the Bloods and Crips love each
really
other
hard,
no matter what.
But that's
They
the whole
kill
point
each
of
other
zombies.
before they kill the zombies.
That's like the zombie narrative is that like together all that matters is that we're living and they're dead and you shouldn't complain. and bitch
Minecraft
about
better
it, you know?
together update. Yeah.
True.
Exactly.
Minecraft Better Together update.
Genius.
Throwback.
But, you know, like The Walking Dead is a big like we should stop bitching about the living and the real fight is the living and the dead or like fucking Game of Thrones or whatever the hell, you know, either way. So yeah, I like to believe the Bloods and Crips would stop the bickering for a minute to fight a bunch of zombies.
I feel you, Jerry. I feel you.
Exactly.
That is a good story.
Yeah,
like
no,
if that was
but
a
I made that
movie,
shit up.
I'd watch that shit.
I appreciate it. I know. I am an artist.
Literally, bro. Write a screenplay, pitch it to Netflix.
They would make it a thing. for
Foresight
sure.
Films is doing it. Let's go.
True. I wrote it down to write from it, but there was no way I was gonna like read fucking where is it? Untitled document. January 1993, East LA.
Like how fucking long is that?
I wrote a bunch. I thought I got
Are
carried
you sure this
away,
wasn't
dude.
like a dream, Jerry?
No,
You
I
were
got
just
carried
like,
away.
I got
What
carried
the
away.
fuck?
It's because I was writing it and I was like, bruh.
Z's.
Well, yeah, because zombies. Someone talking about zombies like IRL or in a zombie TV show is like forbidden, man. You can't be like, yo, they're zombies. No, they're walkers. They're the undead. They're the Z. They got the virus.
That's true, though.
That's true.
That's true, yeah. For some.
It's kind of like Bruno.
You need to talk about zombies.
Why are you talking about Encanto right now?
Well, because the other day I sent Shakota a long fucking copy pasta cringe with emojis in it. It's just the lyrics of "We don't talk about Bruno." It's
It
funny.
really caught me off guard. I didn't know it was the whole thing because
the
like
whole
when
song.
it first comes in, it's like just a thing, and then I looked at my phone later and I was like, "What the fuck?"
I'll
Guys,
show you.
speaking of copy pastas, I have not seen. It's what, the 22nd of October? 23rd. That's even worse. It's the 23rd of October, and I have not seen a single Cocktober copy pasta at all. No Cocktober.
It's a lot.
Oh, it still goes.
Just
What
that looks like what I was writing for my fucking story.
Yeah. Why is it so long?
That's the whole.
It's the
we
whole
don't talk
song with
about
like
Bruno.
a bunch of cringe emojis.
Alrighty.
They couldn't make an emoji
All right.
for
And
Dolores.
so that leaves Kyle's.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drew.
Yeah, mine's real. CIA did that. There's a lot of weird stuff too with the guy that organized the whole thing. Like he was one of the founding members of the CIA, and before that, he worked as like an advertising agent in like cereal.
Where?
What?
Cereal?
Yeah, I think I might be wrong on that, but
I
think it was cereal.
I thought you meant like cereal was a place and not that he was like an advertising agent for cereal.
No, he advertised for cereal. I think
He wasn't
I might
in
be wrong.
Syria or Israel. He was in
I thought he
cereal.
was just dumb. He didn't know what cereal was. Oh,
Jerry.
Drew,
Not
you're
to
a
flex. Not to flex, but I did go to state for the geography beat.
okay,
And
man.
I was almost top 10.
I made it to regionals. I'm sorry. I went one step up, but I'm bad. I don't know.
Well,
Like
I
you're a
probably
nerd.
couldn't even point out our state on a map.
Damn.
Our state.
Yeah.
Dane.
You
That's
just
fucking sad.
I could point out State Farm.
I'd say, all right, which one is a rectangle? And I'd probably click
That's
on that one.
4 of them.
So you're telling me, Dane, if we sat down with the map and I pointed to 20 different states, how many would you get right?
I'd probably get California and Florida and Texas.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Bro.
That's a good thing. yeah.
Again, not to flex, but I think if you hand me a map without the borders drawn on it, I could get pretty close to putting places in the right spot.
I could do everything
Except for
I could do
Delaware, New York, I cannot do that.
I
Oh,
could do
yeah.
everything west of the Mississippi.
Northeast
on
gets
east-
fucky.
No.
Yeah, I know Vermont and New Hampshire are just like flipped of each other.
Yeah, I could.
I couldn't do
even
any of
think
those. Any
about
of those
doing
in that
northeast.
corner.
Yeah.
Connecticut, I think, is west of Rhode Island, and they're like kind of by Massachusetts. I think.
I like to
might
think
be
I
wrong
do
on that.
okay.
I can get everything west of the Mississippi and like the southeast.
But the way I was talking, you could just like write the states' names up in that one corner, and you're pretty set. Because like it's gonna be pretty close. Those are all pretty small.
Yeah.
Doesn't Oklahoma look like a pan or something?
He's got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
There's the panhandle.
It also looks like a hat, like upside down. You know.
And the capital of one of the states, Idaho, is Boise, because Boise, Idaho.
Stop.
All right. Give me some.
Let's go, baby!
That was not deserved.
Wait. Okay. So there's a little bit of a gap between our age, me and Dane. When I was in 3rd grade, we had to do like states and state capitals. 3rd grade.
They stopped making them do that.
I'm pretty sure
That's a
that,
school,
like, if I did like the states as puzzle pieces, I can get all of them,
Oh yeah.
and I could get probably 40 state capitals, naming them for the states.
Capitals are where it gets rough for me.
I couldn't pinpoint where they're at in the state, but
Yeah.
I mean, if I had puzzle pieces, I could get them together at some point.
Determination.
but like I don't know. I'm just weird, and I actually enjoy like doing the online fucking put the United States together.
True.
Or the is it Globio? Which one's the one that's like where's
There's a
this
few.
in the world?
There's a few.
Oh, that's
The one that we
wacky,
were
bro.
on for a while.
That's wacky.
Global.
That's it.
That's one of them. There's another one too.
Worldle.
All right, let's get into
Yes,
this outro.
Worldle.
All right, yeah, let's do the outro. Thank you for tuning into Candleside Gaslighting with your host, Josh. We currently release episodes every Monday, and you can find us wherever you get your podcasts under Candleside Gaslighting, and on YouTube under foresightfilms for Candleside Gaslighting and other content. We will have a Google form linked for any questions or suggestions that you may have. We also would appreciate your support on Patreon. It's only $5 a month to join, and it will be linked in the description. There, you'll find special bonus content and opportunities if you become a patron. But once again...
Wait. What was that? Did you guys hear that?
No, what's...
Hmm?
Oh, what's going on with the TV?
What the hell? This on camera, guys.
Oh, God. What the heck?
Why the hell is static on our smart TV?
Exactly. Shouldn't that shit have been evicted out of TVs in 2008? What the heck?
Guys, where's Dane? What the hell? Well, I guess this has been Candleless Gaslighting. Thanks for tuning in.